The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into the Wild Side with Eric Clark. I'm your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following on social media. Make sure you're here every Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time U.S. for the Wild Side Live. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music to See, Gothic Jewelry, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. All I really want to talk about is what happened over the weekend. The Grammys happened, and then everybody on Twitter lost their mind. And I have to remind you that if you are over the age of 15 and you're not a female, the Grammys are not for you. So stop asking why. Just don't watch. It's not for you. The Grammys are not about music. The Grammys are about the music industry and music sales. The target demo for that are females 12 to 20. So, if you're not a female between the ages of 12 and 20, you have done what is technically known as age out of the demo. You're old. You're an old dude. The Grammys have nothing to do with you, and the Grammys aren't even about music. Here's how I know the Grammys are not about music. A long time ago, ancient times, where people wore jelly shoes and smacked their kids and smoked in public. Teachers paddled students right in the hallway so everybody could hear. And then you had to walk back into class. Shamed. No one cared about children. It was the good old days. When kids weren't even, they were just better seen and not heard. The good old days. Back in the 1980s. This little duo won an award for Album of the Year. It was Milli Vanilli. And then they found out that Milli Vanilli did not make that music. So the Grammys took away the Grammys from Milli Vanilli. Justifiably. But they didn't give it to the actual people who made the music that they had just thought was worthy of an award. Well, those guys won the award because they're the faces that sold it. They were the style over the substance. That's how you know the Grammys do not care about music. Yeah, they get it right sometimes, but that's called placating. That's called pandering. If your favorite rock band, if you are a rocker over the age of 14, and your favorite band plays the Grammys, that's obligation. That's for their label. That's for their management team so that their management team and their label can maintain a relationship with the Grammys. And again, sometimes they get it right. Foo Fighters winning a Grammy. There you go. Metallica winning a Grammy. There you go. Jethro Tull winning over Metallica. Still kind of a touchy subject, but you shouldn't care anyway. Caring about the Grammys is like caring about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It means nothing. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stopped meaning anything once that chick got in. So over the weekend, the Grammys played and Madonna brought up some Sam Smith dude dressed as the devil or whatever. And of course, everybody loses their mind. This Benny Johnson dude. The Grammys have gone full on Satan worship right on primetime TV. Don't believe me? Watch. And here's what's funny.
I appreciate it.
So that's Madonna. And here's how bad Madonna looks. Look at her. Madonna is so wretched that they had to put up other pictures of her in case these people didn't know who that was. So they had to put up pictures of Madonna to remind you in the audience, that's her now. In case you didn't know who the old lady on stage is, it's this woman up here now. Ladies, look, man, I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. Ever will I understand that. Madonna was attractive for a long time. And then she started doing this. So anyway, this guy comes out and he's dressed up as Satan. Everybody loses their mind. Folks, this dude, Benny Johnson, is doing the same thing that the Grammys are doing. Using something outrageous to get attention. Because that's all these people are doing. You know, we had Marilyn Manson, right? Like, this is nothing. This is nothing. Dude, have you not seen the Plasmatics? Iggy Pop? Alice Cooper? This isn't satanic. Satan has much better things to do. Like I said, Satan has better things to do and deal with Madonna and Sam Smith. Do you really think Satan's like, These aren't evil forces, dude. They're using anything they can to get attention. And here's why. For the past 5 to 10 years, that broadcast has been spiraling into the toilet. So again, this has nothing to do with music. This has nothing to do with what band is better than what. No. Somewhere in a room where people wear ties with blue shirts and white collars, they're panicking. We have to get viewership. We need to get viewership, sponsor dollars. They've signed a contract with the broadcast company to put on this show. It hasn't been doing well. So what can we do to get people's attention? Well, 3 weeks ago, this guy went on TV and freaked everybody out, dressed like a baby or in a bustier or something. Let's get him to dress like Satan and come out with a bunch of other attention whores. That's all it is. You have got to stop being outraged over this. This is not satanic. This is the industry. They'll use any imagery they can. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, when shows like Little House on the Prairie were popular, do you know what they were all looked like? They looked like farmers. So it's whatever gets attention. Whatever provokes. It's just agent provocateurs. Let me tell you something. If Amish were popular right now, they would all be coming out look like Handmaid's Tale. Guaranteed. They'll do whatever they have to do to get you to react this way. And the only way to get this to go away is to stop reacting to it. It's like remember who the target demo is, children. So you have to treat it like children who are throwing a tantrum and you don't like it. Just ignore them. Ignore it. Any parent who actually argues with their child, just as dumb as that child. You don't argue with children. You ignore them. Unless they're bleeding or throwing up. You ignore them. And every one of us has gotten to a point where we don't relate to the Grammys anymore. So why do you care? They'll do whatever they have to do. Again, if Amish were popular, they would all come dressed out and building, barns in the parking lot. Or is that Mennonites? I could be mistaken there. And this broad right here, she'll do whatever she has to do to stay relevant, include wreck her face. So you don't think these people aren't willing to dress up like the scary devil? First off, Satan's going to have a much better band. He's going to be putting out way better tunes. Because in my heart of hearts, not for nothing, I love you, Charlie Daniels. He was on my show many times. Rest in peace, homie. I think the devil won that fiddle contest, my man. Devil brought smoke. I would have argued. I would have gotten Daniel Webster out of the pits of Tartarus. I would have been like, hey, man, I really think I won this contest. I ain't giving up my gold fiddle for that. Yeah, you don't think he'd put out a better production than this? I mean, seriously, if you want me to take you seriously that this is Satan worship, again, I've been through it all, man. I've lived through it all. The satanic panic of the 80s where all of the daycare centers were drinking babies, right? Remember that one? Then there was that band out of Sweden or wherever it was, Norway. Was it Mayhem? Where the dude killed the other dude, or the guy had a skeleton on stage for like a tour, something like that. This is it's all theater, dude. It's all theater. Everything you're seeing is theater. If it's being promoted on social media. That's media now. So if it's being promoted on social media, there's a reason for it. It's not just being posted. Same thing. Even me. Watch my videos. Watch my videos. Buy my music. How can I get your attention? Ooh, let's be shocking. Let's go negative. That's all it is, man. This isn't satanic worship, please. Let me tell you something. There was this dude in my high school, and he got beat up. Well, he almost got beat up. My buddy stepped in. My friend Dave stepped in. So this was one of those dudes. It was a loner. He was the term we had for these guys, and I was one of them because I sold weed to them. Scoobies is what they called us. Scooby-Doos, I guess. I don't know. It was really weird. Don't get me started on that either. So he was just a Scoob, roamed around on his own, see him in the smoking section, all this. I've sold him a few joints, whatever. But he carried around a copy of the Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. So, of course, man, in this little tiny central Florida Gulf Coast town, what do you think people how they're going to react? But it was my buddy who was like, dude, it's a book. Do you know what the book says? No. Well, then what are you freaking out about? Jesus, relax, man. Relax. You'll know evil when you see it. And it doesn't dress up in red and wear horns and sing crappy pop songs. And if you can't keep that away from your kid, you think Benny Johnson on Twitter is going to sound the alarm? The Paul Revere of cultural, morality? No, you as the parent, keep an eye on your kid. That's all you got to do. Kids are easy. Well, no, they're kind of jerks, and they're expensive. They're not that easy. But in a way, they are. They are a reflection of you. So if you raise them that way, dude, it's just a TV show. It's not evil. Evil comes in many, 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 many shapes and forms. It's not that. That's just bad television. That's just bad. It's almost cringe, right? Like, how do you see that? Like, how do you not see that as, oh, dude, you're insisting yourself upon us now. Now, again, how do you not see it as being what it is? It's all theater. So you've got to stop reacting that way. Same thing with the Rock Hall of Fame. Stop getting bent out of shape. First off, it's out of your control. You got no say in the matter. B, it's not for you. You got the best rock hall at your house. You have your own best rock and roll memorabilia collection. You have your award-winning bands. You don't need the Grammys to tell you what is a good band and what isn't a good band. That's for children. Children need to be told that. Go out and buy this record. Okay. That's for children. It's for kids, people with horrible taste in music, with poor impulse control and crap money skills. Or they get their money from the parent who doesn't care what they're buying. Oh, just go download it. Here's your iTunes card. That's what this is. So you've got to stop getting so worked up about it. What you have to do is stop participating in it. Because let me tell you something, they're performing for the reaction. So if you don't give them a reaction, and the only reaction you have is with your wallet and your attention, if you don't give them that, they're going to have to come up with another way to get your attention. It's the only way you're going to raise the standards. The only way you're going to raise the standards is to ignore the current standards and not yell at them. Because you have to understand, the fame and infamy aren't different to them. Being famous and being infamous, there's no difference as long as you're giving them attention. That's it. That's the currency. So it doesn't matter to them how they get your attention, as long as they get it. But if you don't give it to them, why aren't they looking at me? I'm dressed as Satan with pasties on my chest. Why is no one looking at me? Because it's played, bro. It's played out to adults. Honestly. So come up with something better. Maybe write better music. Maybe go inject your face with botulism. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Make better music. But you are the gatekeeper. You are the standard setter. And the only way to do it is lead by example. Just don't give them the attention. It's not satanic. It's not for you. It's childish. You really think Satan... Dude, first off, if you're an adult and you believe that Satan wears a red suit, you've been watching too much TV, man. because evil comes looking like angels. Always remember that. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on the Grammys. Somebody sent me a DM. Did you see this? Yeah, I saw it. And let me tell you what I think about it. So that's what this is for. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day to just sit and listen to me rant and rave about the Grammys. I don't do it very often, but I had to do it today because people were hitting me up. And I was just feeling like, guys, enough, man, enough. We have to set better standards. And the only way to do it is ignore the standards we don't believe in. So anyway, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch me complain as I sit in my chair like an old man does about old man stuff. Get off my lawn is what I'm telling the Grammys. So I appreciate it. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200 Music to See, Gothic Jewelry, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for watching the video. If you like it, like it. If you think others are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are following me on all the social media platforms. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark. And that was weird. That was really weird, has been The Wild Side.